was in full swing. We put it in the display this year to celebrate the achievements of Major Tim Peake and his journey aboard the International Space Station. This shape is meant to look like the lunar landing craft from the Apollo missions. So now coming in from the left, in a left-hand turn with the smoke on, celebrating Major Tim Peake and Britain's latest involvement in the space program. Let's have a round of applause for Apollo! There you hear Reds 2 and 3 acknowledge this next move, and they do so with a very set cadence in their voices. The idea is all the pilots continue counting in their heads using that cadence. On the count of 4, they extend their air brakes. On the count of 6, they retract their air brakes, which means they all drop back at the same rate to form this shape, which depicts the delta wing platform of the Royal Air Force's multi-role combat aircraft. But you'll see close the Clacton Air Show today, it's the Eurofighter Typhoon. So now tightening into a 4G bend in this brilliant shape, the red-white smoke about to come off. Here they come in Typhoon! Well, the second of our new pilots used to fly the Typhoon. He is Red 3, Flight Lieutenant Cy Taylor. He's at the front of the left-hand wing of that shape. Cy started off as a pilot flying the Tornado GR4. He then moved across to the Typhoon, flying first on the front line with number 3 Squadron, and then on the operational conversion unit as an instructor, number 29 Squadron, from which you'll see the Typhoon display this afternoon. Over to the right now, another shape is formed, ready for a brand new manoeuvre this year, which celebrates the Royal Air Force's fast jet workhorse. Since 1991 and the start of Operation Granby in the first Gulf War, the Royal Air Force's Tornado Bomber Force has now been on continuous operations for 25 years. Celebrating the Tornado Bomber Force in from the right. This is Tornado! Tornado bomber pilots. One of them is Red 6, Red 5, Flight Lieutenant Emmett Cox, who's at the front of the 7-arrow shaped leading Tornado. Emmett joined the team last year as his second year. He's actually from New Zealand, but he moved to the UK in 2002 to join the Royal Air Force. Became a Tornado pilot and Tucano instructor. Looking front left now, you'll see the 3 aircraft on each wing dropping back to the very back of the formation. Air traffic control have just said that they're limited on airspace again, so we've switched to our rolling display. That means we won't be performing a loop in this shape, which is called Swan. But you can see the 3 jets on each wing at the very back of the formation, around 120 feet back from Red 1's jet, from where each pilot takes their references. They don't look at the jet who's 6 feet away, they all look at Red 1's jet and just trust the pilot next to them will be in the right place. So now in from the front left. Very difficult shape to fly. This is Swan! At the back left of Swan is Red 9, who's Flight Lieutenant Joe Hurston. In from the left now, this shape is called Big Vixen. Reminiscent of the 1960s Royal Naval fighter, the de Havilland Sea Vixen. For the smoke coming on, we call it Big Vixen. talking to Red 1 about what's happening. Air traffic control are telling us that there might be an intruding aircraft in our airspace. So just getting an update. We've got a radar service currently from one of the nearby airports. So we're just checking on what he can see on his radar to ensure that if it is an intruding aircraft that he can see on his radar screen, then we will be safe to continue. So I'll keep you updated. So that is the end of the first part of the Red Arrows display, ladies and gentlemen. Have we enjoyed it so far? Great stuff. Well, we're about to start the second part of our display. Look front and right, you'll see a big T-shape. That is known as Dagger, and at the front of Dagger are Reds 1 to 5. They're known as Enid, after Enid Blyton's famous 5. And at the back of the straight line are Reds 6, 7, 8 and 9. Their collective name as a formation is Jippo. Jippo was the nickname of the gentleman who first led the back 4 aircraft when the Red Arrows started flying night displays back in 1968. So I'm just waiting to hear an update from air traffic control, but it sounds like the boys are going to start the second part of the display, so look straight ahead. Just going to actually put a right-hand orbit in, so you can look straight ahead. They're going to put an orbit in while they get ready to start, so they can confirm that this interlooper is clear. So now air traffic control have told us the radar screen is clear. So we're going to roll out directly ahead of you. Get your cameras ready now. We're about to start the second part of our display, in which you'll see the jets split down into formations of between 2 and 7 jets for some much more dynamic performing. So look straight ahead. The smoke is about to come on. Cameras ready. This is the detonator. Here you go, Jippo. Their closing speed is coming up to 717 miles per hour. Cameras ready for the synchro pair and their first opposition pass manoeuvre. These are opposition barrels. They're turning away from us now, pulling 6G, or 6 times the force of gravity. Everything in these pilots' bodies now weighs 6 times more than normal, including their blood, which now wants to pull in their feet, so their G-suits have inflated around their legs. They're tightening their leg muscles, fighting the G-force. They fly. They're cyclone. Started off as a Hawk instructor, then moved on to be a Harrier GR9 pilot, then a Tornado GR4 pilot before joining the team. That's him, high on the left, about to put some smoke on, descending. Chasing him down behind is Red 7, full power, cutting the corner into line astern. Look right, 45. White smoke on, Enid with Reds 8 and 9. Get your cameras ready. We're going to have a fabulous patriotic. This is the Goose. synchro pair joining up, and their white smoke is about to come on. Keep your eyes on the synchro pair to the right as they fly the shotgun. There's Red 6 giving the commands in the shotgun for him, Red 7 to roll inverted and upright at different times to manoeuvre that I think is fantastic. Keep your eyes down to the left, towards the pier. Here come Enid and Red 8 with more red, white and blue. The white smoke's about to come on. This is the revolution. Flying an aileron roll, essentially a full left-hand control panel which rolls the aircraft rapidly around its longitudinal axis. Now look straight ahead, pulling up at 500 miles an hour and 5G. Up they go, reaching 6,000 feet. The white smoke comes on. They get ready to draw the famous heart here in the skies above. Eyes to the top right of the heart, with third jet Red 9 will be appearing to add the final touch. Now I'm going to dedicate this heart to the brilliant cheerleaders in front of the commentary booth here, the Red Arrows girls, Nikki and Jeanette. That one's for you. Keep cheering, ladies. Here comes Red 9 and the synchro pair getting ready for their next manoeuvre as they move into a manoeuvre in which we've changed the name in honour of an aviation legend. Captain Eric Winkle Brown was a Royal Naval test pilot and fighter pilot during the Second World War. He was known as Winkle as he was a short chap. Sadly, he passed away in February this year.
Hello.
And he is a world record over types of aircraft flown. 487 different types of aircraft. As I say, he passed away in February, so in honour of the aviation legend was Captain Eric Winkle Brown.
Hello. Yeah, I'm by the pier. You know where the gardens are, on the other side of the pier.
Hey, watches.
Yeah.
Synchro clearing 2 out here. We turn to the front right 45 degrees to find Enid. Here comes Enid's white smoke, high and front right above those Thames barges. Reds 1, 2, 3 and 5 form a box formation. The fifth jet now starts to roll around them a dozen times. So eyes high and right. Well, our smoke comes on. This is the Twister. Disney with the red smoke on is Red 4, Mike Bowden. Mike's in his second year with the team. He's a former Hawk flying instructor, Harrier GR9 pilot and Tornado GR4 pilot. That's him now, finishing his rolls to the front left. Trying to reset his gyro before the next manoeuvre.